bomb goes off. Boom! Epic explosion! Yeah, that was sweet. Powder's excited she saved the day, except she kinda didn't though. Her explosion killed all of her friends. Oh god, scarring. Vander fell into a bunch of shimmer, and hulked out himself was able to save Vi. But now Vander dies, for good, it seems. So Vi is pretty upset with her sister, calls her a jinx. She runs away to go cry herself, leaving a devastated Powder feeling abandoned. And before Vi can get back to her sister, she's grabbed by one of the cops. It's the dirty cop that was paid by Silco to set up the ambush, but he didn't know his boss would be killed, so now he feels bad. He takes Vi off to jail to save her life from Silco. So a devastated Powder is found by Silco, who tells her what she needs to hear: it's okay. Now there's a bit of a time jump, as Jace's Hextech has taken off, turned Piltover into even more of a magical steampunk utopia. But the Undercity's worse than ever, fully under the thumb of Silco. It's a dirty, crime-punk dystopia where Shimmer has taken over. Silco's gang is shipping Shimmer when they're attacked by a rival gang, the Firelights, who ride around on cool hoverboards. But the shipment is guarded by Silco's new top enforcer. Yes, it's Powder, all grown up, going by the name Jinx. Unfortunately, her mind is totally fractured, and she's got serious issues around her sister Vi. So Jinx whips out her massive minigun, her iconic weapon from the game, and fires at friend and foe alike, quite literally a loose cannon. But Silco always forgives her. He's got a soft spot for her. She's basically become his adopted daughter. And by the way, in case it comes up, Silco does these eye injections for whatever weird disease is in his eye. So while Piltover's having a party to celebrate how great they are, Jinx launches another attack and breaks into Jace's lab again, where she steals a new and improved version of his magic blue balls. Yes, Jace and Victor have stabilized these hex crystals even more. They can now be used to easily power a bunch of cool inventions, like Victor's ominous laser arm. They designed these to be mining tools, but they can very clearly be used as weapons. Heimerdinger has seen this before. Apparently he witnessed a hex-tech apocalypse. He's like, look, I know I said this before, but magic is too dangerous. You gotta stop for real this time. But a young counselor, Mel, has taken an interest in Jace's technology, and in Jace himself. She's a very savvy politician who gets the council to oust Heimerdinger and put Jace in his place as new head of science. Jace's first priority is to recover the stolen hex-tech core. If the person who stole it was, say, an unstable genius savant, they could use it to build a super weapon. Working the case is dedicated enforcer Caitlin. We met her before the time jump. She and Jace used to date, but she's from a wealthy noble family and her mom didn't approve. Now her mother doesn't approve of Caitlin becoming a cop, but Caitlin's a bit of an idealist who wants to do a job that matters. So Caitlin's about to crack the case when her chief tells her to drop it. Yes, it's the dirty cop from before who is still paid off by Silco. Caitlin keeps working off the books, but she doesn't know the Undercity. She gets a lead about a prisoner who could help her. Yes, it's Vi. They make a deal to get her released if she helps with this investigation. So these two hit the Undercity, and it's the classic thing where opposites attract. Vi calls Caitlin Cupcake, and alright, let the shipping begin. Vi tracks down Silco's right-hand woman, but she's got a shimmer-powered robot arm. Well, that's gonna be a problem. But Caitlin saves her with a sniper rifle. Yes, her iconic game weapon. When Jinx finds out her sister's alive, it messes her up even more than normal. So she lights up a signal flare, because her sister said she would always find her. And indeed, it works. Yes, sisters reunited. But Jinx freaks out when she sees Caitlin. It's like, wait, sis, you're working with the cops to arrest me? And before Vi can explain, the Firelights bust in for a big ol' fight. They manage to grab the hex core and take Vi and Caitlin prisoner. But the Firelights' mysterious leader is none other than her old friend Echo that she used to roll with as a kid. He's got a Robin Hood thing going on, fighting Silco to save the Undercity and living in a big treehouse. He and Caitlin make a plan. He'll return the hex core, they'll get the enforcers to arrest Silco and make a better future for everyone. But as they're crossing the big bridge, Dirty Cop's here to stop him. He's like, look, Caitlin, I'm not a bad guy, but Silco threatened my daughter. But now a bunch of Fireflies arrive, and wait, are those mechanical? Yes, they're Jinx bombs! Boom! And Jinx takes back the hex crystal. Vi rushes in to check on Caitlin, so Jinx feels abandoned again, and Caitlin becomes the new focus of her hate. As the girls get to safety, Echo stays behind to take on Jinx for an epic duel. Echo hesitates to kill his old friend, but Jinx drops one last bomb and blows them both up. Jinx survives barely, so Silco takes her to his best doctor, a character from the game, Singed, who turns out to be the inventor of Shimmer and uses it to heal Jinx, which fractures her mind even further. Echo survives too, and he's found by none other than Professor Heimerdinger. After he was booted from the council, he went down to the Undercity to see how bad things have really gotten. Now he joins Team Echo at his cool underground treehouse. Caitlin and Vi fill in the council Mel, hey, Silco's the
B7
bad
of
guy, and after
node
this
MCU,
latest deadly attack,
and
Jace
then
wants to retaliate. But Mel knows all too well that violence is a dangerous path, because Mel is originally from Noxus, a brutal, warlike empire. In fact, her badass mom has just come to town, the warlord Ambessa Medarda. She banished Mel a few years back for being too soft, but now Mel's brother was just killed by a rival back in Noxus. She wants Mel to come back home with Piltover Hextech weapons. So it's a complicated situation, there's no right answer on what to do. Jace wants to fight the Undercity, but his new girlfriend Mel supports diplomacy. His ex-girlfriend Caitlin wants diplomacy too, but her new girlfriend Vi wants to fight. She knows this won't end until Silco's dead. Caitlin and Vi had quickly become very close. Oh, this ship is so on! But for now, it's off again. Sorry, Cupcake, we're just from two different worlds. So Vi teams up with Jace and grabs his mining gloves. Yeah, I could punch people with these. And these two raid one of Silco's bases, now using their iconic weapons from the game. Jace built a massive Hextech hammer that transforms into an awesome laser cannon. But it's not so awesome when he hits an innocent kid. Jace goes to see his old friend Victor, like, hey, maybe Heimerdinger was right, magic is too dangerous. But Victor's had his own big plot where he's dying from his long-term illness. He built a magic Rubik's Cube, the Hex Core, that can theoretically heal organic matter, but he can't quite get it to work. He goes to see his old mentor from when he was a kid in the Undercity. Yes, it's singed again. He's like, hey, have you tried Shimmer? It's kind of my answer to everything. So Victor injects his leg with Shimmer, and now the Hex Core responds to it. Oh, he's got a magic leg, better than ever. Victor's gonna do the rest of his body, but just then his assistant walks in and doesn't know she goes to save him. Oh, she's disintegrated. So Victor's also realized Hextech is too dangerous, but he and the Hex Core are now connected, and it seems ominous. So Jason's ready to make peace, has a meeting with Silco, and he offers him exactly what he always wanted, for the Undercity to become independent, the nation of Zon. And Jace only has one condition: Jinx has to pay for her latest attack. He has to give Jinx up. Silco contemplates this dilemma, but Jinx overhears and feels betrayed again. Vi went for the rematch with his right-hand woman, and now with her Hextech gauntlets, beats her Shimmer arm. But Jinx was watching and knocks her out. Jinx brings her in for a mad tea party where she's also got Silco tied up, but she also captured Caitlin, and it's like, look sis, kill your new girlfriend to prove you like me more. Vi tries to reach her sister, like, Powder, this isn't you. And she's right, this isn't Powder. Powder's mind is too far gone. So she does what she does best and just starts shooting. When the smoke clears, Vi was not hit, but Silco was. And Silco's like, look, I wasn't gonna give you up. You're my daughter, Jinx, I love you. And even now he supports her. You're okay, just the way you are. Oh, Jinx, heartbroken. And so she decides it's time to fully let go of her old life, commits to being Jinx for good. And in fact, she's just finished building her Hextech super weapon, her ult from the game, the Shark Bazooka. So just as the Piltover Council is voting for peace, Jinx is ready to watch the world burn, launches the biggest attack yet. And that's where Arcane Season 1 comes to an end. If you liked this recap, hit that subscribe button for more of the best recaps of TV and movies.
Among these game theorists, he said, now that we all know what worked well, let's try again.
So he announced a second tournament where everything would be the same except for one change: the number of rounds per game. See, in the first tournament, each game lasted precisely 200 rounds. And that is important, because if you know when the last round is, then there's no reason to cooperate in that round, so you're better off defecting. Of course, your opponent should reason the same, and so they should also defect in the last round.
So,
but if
one
you
of my favorite
both anticipate
filmmakers is the
defection,
South Korean director Bong Joon-ho.
This is not smoke, and this isn't a smokestack, at least not the kind we normally think of. It serves a totally different purpose at a power plant than smokestacks, whose job is moving combustion products high into the air, allowing them to disperse away from populated spaces. Maybe you already knew that, or at least suspected it. After all, you saw the title of this video. Plus, this kind of tower is commonly associated with nuclear plants. They don't combust anything at all to create the heat that drives their generators. But that heat is the key. The largest class of power plants, called thermal power stations, use steam turbines, or turbines depending on how you say it. But once that steam makes it through the turbine, it needs to be condensed back into liquid water. It's kind of frustrating. You spend all those resources heating the water up, and then you spend even more resources to cool it back down. And a power plant isn't much good if all the electricity it generates gets used up just trying to cool that steam back down.
So, engineers have come up with some pretty creative ways to cool huge amounts of water, like millions of gallons or tens of thousands of cubic meters per hour, and do it relatively efficiently. Not all cooling towers look like this, but there are some really clever reasons for that iconic shape we all recognize, and I'm going to build one in the garage to show you how they work. I'm Grady, and this is Practical Engineering.
For this wire and liquid crystal underscore I2C for this LCD. When I searched wire and LIQ, then it shows me liquid crystal wired by Hendrik.
Power plants could just vent steam into the atmosphere, but generally they don't do that. For one, it wouldn't be good for the environment. The heat, moisture, and noise would affect wildlife and weather. For two, it would waste a lot of water. The feed water for a boiler is often carefully treated to avoid corrosion and mineral buildup in the machinery. It's expensive water, so it doesn't make sense to set it free. And for three, it would waste a lot of energy. It's generally less expensive to cool the steam down just enough to condense it back into liquid water so it can be reused as feed water. But even that is an enormous challenge. I talked a little bit about how power plants actually consume a lot of energy in a previous video. It's a net positive, of course, but any energy you spend on all the industrial processes required to produce electricity at scale is energy not being sent out to the grid, and that includes cooling. So engineers want to do it efficiently. One simple option is to use a cooler stream of water that already exists, like a river, lake, or sea. And in fact, there are a lot of power plants near me that do exactly that. This plant draws water from the lake on the south side, sends it through condensers, and then releases it into a channel where it flows to the north side of the lake. The slow circulation gives that water time to cool down before it reaches the plant again. But it's not feasible to have a lake or river for cooling water at every thermal power plant, and there are a lot of environmental impacts with the heat and intakes that require careful consideration. So instead, lots of power plants use cooling towers. You might be familiar with the various machines humans have devised for cooling stuff down.
This video is sponsored by Ultium Designer. Ultium Designer, the world's most trusted. This video is sponsored by
Okay, so I have faced this RFID scanner up. So from left to right, it goes from SDA till 3.3 volts. And then in this ESP controller, I have the right side is the port and it is facing up. So top left is D0, and then from that it goes D0, D1, D2, and like that till ground and 3 volt. In the bottom side, it goes from A0, ground, VV, and like that to reset ground and V in. Okay, now so 3.3 volt of RFID is connected to 3 volt of node MCU. Then the next to 3.3 volt RST, it is connected to D3 of node, and then ground of RFID to ground of node, and then the one just next to ground, that one is empty. And then after that, the next one, I don't know what's its written here, that is connected to D6 of node MCU. After that, the next one of RFID, that one is connected to D7. And after that, the SCK of RFID is connected to D5 of node, and then SDA of RFID is connected to D4 of node. And after that, D2 and D1 of node, they are connected to the display. D2 of node is connected to SDA of display, and D1 of node is connected to SCL of display. And On the other side of node, the V in and V ground, the V in is connected to VCC and ground is connected to ground. There is one buzzer at the side. That positive terminal of buzzer is connected to D6, no, D8, and then the negative is connected to the ground. Okay, so the connection. The rightmost of RFID, the 3.3 volt, that is connected to 3 volt of node. Then left of that, RST, that is connected to ground. No, RST is connected to D3, and then after that ground is connected to ground, and after that that one is empty, and after that that one is connected to D6. After that that one is connected to D7. After that SCK is connected to D5. After that that SDA is connected to D4, and there is a buzzer at the side. The buzzer positive terminal is connected to D8 and negative is connected to ground. Now for the display, D1 is connected to SCL and D2 is connected to SDA, and VIN on the other side is connected to VCC of display, and ground of node is connected to ground of the display. Is the wire correct? Okay, now I need the code. I just downloaded the Arduino IDE. Now give me code, so that first I need the code so that after I tap my this RFID, one I have a tag, RFID tag, and another I have RFID card. After I tap that to the RFID scanner, I need to write names to this. Okay, I want to write one name to one card and one name to other card, and after that I need to be able to scan it. So yeah. So first I need to write the name on it, and after scanning I need to be able to write it on a Google Sheets using that whatever the something extension in Google Sheets. Okay boy. Okay, I'm gone again. Okay boy. What did I do? The fuck bro. Wait. First, let's write the name on the card before doing the thing of writing in Google Sheets. First, writing the name in card.
सुनोगे थोड़ा सा डार्क डार्क ह्यूमर सपोर्ट करोगे उसको क्योंकि यूजुअली लोग बोल देते हैं सुनेंगे फिर घूरते रहते हैं अब मेरे साथ हो रहा है बहुत टाइम से और मैं उनसे पूछता हूँ कि तुमने तो बोला था सुनेंगे क्या हमने सिर्फ सुनने का वादा किया था My father expired when I was 9 years old and तब से हमें ऐसे पाला पोसा गया कि हमें हर चीज़ पे सिंपैथी मिली है and एक पॉइंट पे मैं और भाई थोड़ा एक्सप्लॉइट भी करने लगे थे कि मम्मी बिस्किट्स मम्मी कहती नहीं मम्मी पापा होते तो करना पड़ता है भाई ये सब हाँ बहुत सही होता है अगर पापा नहीं है ना तो बहुत ही प्यार बहुत है यहाँ पे जिसके किसी के फादर एक्सपायर्ड गिव मी अ चीयर तो नहीं गिव मी RIP ऐसे करके कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या बहुत सही मैं पता है एक तरीके से मम्मी के लिए कभी चली नहीं, ठीक है, घर पे, क्योंकि वो हमेशा से पापा ना अल्फा बनते थे घर के कि भाई मैं मर्द हूँ घर का, ऐसे बनते थे। और ये ना आया भी बहुत अजीब जगह से था, मतलब उनका जो ये टॉक्सिक, वो WWE देखते थे। 40 साल का बंदा WWE देखता था। आप लोगों को पता है ना WWE, आप लोगों ने देखा आप रुक गए ना, लेकिन मेरा बाप नहीं रुका। वो देखता रहा, उनके दोस्त घर आते हैं, वो म्यूचुअल फंड्स की बातें कर रहे हैं, मेरे पापा मुंह में पानी भर के आ रहे हैं कि मैं ट्रिपल एच हूं। It's time to play the game. अरे नहीं, भाई को पापा ने काफ़ी इन्वॉल्व कर लिया था WWE में। मैं थोड़ा अलग सा रहता था, भाई बिल्कुल ऑल इन WWE चला गया था, बहुत ही ज़्यादा वो मतलब बिलीव करने लगा था। और पापा को खुद तो पता नहीं था नकली है, समझ रहे हो, वो बेटे को क्या पता है। तो मैं ही जाके उसे बोलता था कि भाई पता है ना ये सब नकली है, तो बिल्कुल ऐसे हो कि पागल है क्या, बिल्कुल पापा ने बताया। उस टाइम पापा को चूतिया नहीं बोल सकते। बोला भाई नकली है, कह रहा नहीं। मैंने बोला अरे तुझे पता नहीं कि वो पंच जब मारते हैं तो यहाँ पे रुक जाते हैं, कैमरा एंगल चेंज होता है और पैर से ऐसे करते हैं तो ऐसा लगता है पंच है। तो उसने बोला करके दिखाइयो जो तू बोल रहा है। अब देखो वो है प्रोफेशनल्स, मेरा हाथ नहीं रुका भाई, उसके नाक से खून आने लगा। तो मुझे लगा मेरी गांड मारेगा, बेटा खुश हो गया, कह रहा था ना असली है। एनीवे, क्या बता रहा था, मम्मी की सुनी नहीं कभी पापा ने। मम्मी का मन था मेरा नाम मृदुल रखने का, और पापा ने बिल्कुल ऐसे बोल दिया कि नहीं ये तो बहुत टफ हो गया, मधुर कर दो। और मधुर तो बहुत ही खराब चॉइस थे, क्योंकि मधुर का मतलब ही मीठा होता है।
Yes sir, wait.
This video is sponsored by Ultim Designer. Ultim Designer, the world's most trusted PCB design system, offers engineers a unified environment that provides a comprehensive view of the entire PCB design process. This includes schematic, PCB layout, panels design, and documentation, empowering engineers to access all the necessary tools in one place. Ultim 365 is transforming the electronic product design industry with its practical benefits and essential capabilities. With Ultim 365,
ऐसा नहीं बोला होगा, मम्मी अच्छे घर से थी, ठीक है। मम्मी ने बोला होगा कि मधुर के पापा की तो गांड मारूंगी किसे। कभी नाम से नहीं बुलाया पापा को, गाली गलौज करती थी थोड़ा, बट जाने देते थे। यार जब पापा का डेथ का टाइम था ना, तब भी उस टाइम तो अपना हटा दो ना, ये जो भी अंदर का अल्फा है उस टाइम रहने दो, क्योंकि इसलिए किसी को ना उनके दिल में दर्द हुआ, ठीक है, दिल में दर्द हो रहा, उन्होंने बोला एम्बुलेंस बुलाओ, एम्बुलेंस आई, आगे जाके बैठ गए।
Na 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 sue for that. Da 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 da.
know how.
Sue for that. I might get sued for that. Nah, you ain't it.
Video is sponsored. This is short and this is long. Red is connected to D8. The fuck is D8? D8 and black is connected to ground. Right. And then display. Veen button also. Okay, veen को रख देना है ना. Veen को red रख दें. Fee out को U color को रख दें. And then this and this. It is D1 or D2 minor. D1 and D2, 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 D1 and D2, D1 and D2. The focus on this story. Sleep off. Went live, sorry. Sleep off. This video is sponsored by Ultimate Design. Ultimate Design.
बच्चों दी करे ड्राइवर से ऐसे कैसा लगता है लाल बत्ती टाप के बिना यूपी से करे लाल बत्ती मिली कैसे तुझे वो बोल रहा है कि मैडम मास दो बकचोदी कर रहा है बैठ के
so sleep off is like माँ की करम
गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल था तो वहाँ ना मुझे लगता है कि डॉक्टर वहाँ सब नर्स ही होती है मुझे उनको नहीं पता भाई उन्होंने आके पता है क्या बोला उन्होंने बोला है कि या तो एसिडिटी है या फिर मेजर हार्ट प्रॉब्लम ये कैसे इंसाइट है हम इस पे क्या रिएक्शन दें क्या तो हमारी बिल्कुल ही गांड फट जाएगी भाई मर जाएगा या सिर्फ इनो पिलानी है
D1 essence
और वहाँ पे भी पापा बोल रहे हैं एसिडिटी करवा दो। आपकी उम्र नहीं है। हम गए दूसरे हॉस्पिटल गए, वहाँ पे जो होना था हो गया एंड मतलब हम घर आए। घर पे फ्यूनरल का माहौल था। तुम में से कभी किसी ने किया अटेंड फ्यूनरल वगैरह देखा? कैसे लोग बहुत ही ज़्यादा रोते रहते हैं, मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा ही एक्स्ट्रा ही रोते हैं, मैंने देखा है। एक तो बंदा फर्स्ट टाइम देख रहे थे मैं और भाई कि ये क्यों रो रहा है, तो मैं और भाई तो चले गए कि भाई आप क्यों रो रहे हो? कहता भाई उन्होंने लोन लिया था, चुकाएगा कौन? तू रोता रहा।
डिस्प्ले ने बोल देना तो व्हाट द फक ब्रो।
पता नहीं, मतलब मैं नहीं रो रहा था क्योंकि मैं सेकंड क्लास में था, इतना इमोशनल अटैचमेंट ही नहीं था। बट मैंने देखा कि मेरा बड़ा भाई भी नहीं रो रहा है, वो मुझे थोड़ा सा वियर्ड लगा। तो मैंने उससे जाके पूछा कि भाई ये सब रो रहे हैं, तू क्यों नहीं रो रहा है? तो कहता भाई ये सब चूती हैं, वो अंडरटेकर भी तो मर गया था, आ गया था ना वापस। वो तो 7 बार मरा था, पापा का तो फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट है। तो हमने साइड में देखा कि सारी आंटी हमें घूर रही हैं कि ये सगे हैं भी कि नहीं है।
रुक ना मां के कर देछु है, कोड ट्राई कर देछु।
तो मैंने बोला भाई क्या कर रहा है? कहता है एक दूसरे को थप्पड़ मार देते हैं। कह रहा इमोशंस है नहीं, फिजिकल पेन से रोएंगे। तो उसने मुझे थप्पड़ मारा, मैंने रोना स्टार्ट कर दिया। मैंने उसे थप्पड़ मारा तो मेरा वाला तेज लग गया, तो उसने मुझे उल्टा मार दिया और वहां पे लड़ाई हो गई। तो यहाँ पे मैं और भाई लड़ रहे हैं और वहां पे आंटियों ने बातें बनानी स्टार्ट कर दी कि बाप मरा नहीं, जायदाद के लिए पहले लड़ाई स्टार्ट हो गई। मैं थोड़ा सा रोने लग गया था क्योंकि भाई ने बहुत ही ज्यादा पेल दिया था मुझे। तो मम्मी आई मुझे शांत कराने। मम्मी ने बोला कैसे, रोते नहीं है मृदुल? मैंने बोला मधुर, करी माँ चुदा है मधुर। अब से तो मृदुल है। तो स्टोरी की हैप्पी एंडिंग है कि मम्मी खुश है, बाप मर गया बट ये तो चलता रहता है।
हूँ मैं गंदी औलाद, बगैरत नस्ल, चखने में निकला जहरीला प्रसाद, काटा पापी का सर, तो समझो कि जब भी मैं बनूंगा लाट।
मेरी ना मॉम काफ़ी ज़्यादा स्ट्रिक्ट रही है हमेशा से। जैसे वो ना बचपन से बोलती थी कि ऐसे लड़कियों से बात नहीं करनी। मेरे भाई को मैसेज आते थे ऐसे फ़ोन पे कि हाउ आर यू मोहित, तो मम्मी उसका फ़ोन लेके रिप्लाई कर देती थी कि मोहित इज गे। ये मेरे को बोलती थी बाल छोटे रख। मैं सैन एंड्रेस खेल रहा था, उसमें घुस गई कि सीजे के बाल छोटे रख। मैंने तो गेम है। मम्मी ने गलती कर दी, मेरे को और भाई को उसमें डाल दिया केंद्रीय विद्यालय में। एग्जैक्टली। मेरे भाई को, इट्स अ ट्रू स्टोरी, मेरे भाई को 2 साल पहले कैंसर डायग्नोज हुआ था एंड बहुत ज़्यादा टफ टाइम था। ठीक हो गया भाई, जस्ट इन केस आप लोग घबरा गए हो, क्योंकि पहले मैं ये वाला सेट में ना एंड में बोलता था कि ठीक हो गया है, वो पूरा सेट चुतता था मेरा। सब बस घूरती रहती थी, जो भाई को कैंसर है, मजाक उड़ा रहा।
तो उल्टो कंडीशन है,
पहले ही बता कि भाई ठीक हो गया है, ठीक है, कैंसर सर्वाइवर है वो, ठीक है। बट जब वो कैंसर का खिलाड़ी था, खिलाड़ी हुआ ना वो, जब वो खेल रहा था कैंसर के साथ, तो उसे रिस्पेक्ट नहीं मिली जो एक कैंसर पेशेंट को मिलनी चाहिए। मैं बता रहा हूँ कैसे। उसने ना घर पे कॉल किया जब उसका डायग्नोज हुआ और उसने बोला स्पीकर पे रख, कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट बात करनी है। हमने स्पीकर पे रखा, उसने बोला कैसे रेयर टाइप का ब्लड कैंसर डायग्नोज हुआ है और पूरे इलाज का खर्चा 25 लाख होगा। और मेरी मम्मी ने बोला 25 लाख?
प्रोसेसिंग होती है समझ नहीं।
मैंने बोला आपको ये रिएक्शन कैंसर सुन के नहीं देना था? अब मम्मी की प्रायोरिटी देख रहे हो क्या है? उससे ये सब बोल रहे कि इतनी तो तेरी पर एनम सैलरी नहीं है। और मेरा भाई बोल रहा हाँ मैं लिंक्डइन पे अप्लाई तो कर ही रहा हूँ। अरे भूल गए क्या आप लोग? कॉल का एजेंडा ही भूल गए क्या? उसे कैंसर है भाई, मम्मी रेस्पेक्ट ही नहीं दे रही है। कीमोथेरेपी होता है, कीमोथेरेपी का मोनोलॉग सुना मम्मी ने और डॉक्टर बोलती कोई नहीं हल्दी का लेप लगा देते हैं। डॉक्टर बोला मैडम इंटरनल होता है। कह रही हाँ तो दूध में मिला देते हैं। मम्मी को समझ ही नहीं आ रहा कि हल्दी आंसर नहीं है इसका। इतनी अजीब बातें कर रही है डॉक्टर से कि ऐसे इसके ना सर पे गरम पट्टी लगोगे तो आराम मिलेगा। तुम बस उस डॉक्टर की सोचो, उसे कितना बुरा लगता होगा इस कि मैं चूतिया हूँ जो 25 साल से पढ़ाई कर रहा हूँ ये सुनने के लिए। वो अपनी लैब जाता होगा एकदम गुस्से में और उसके लैब असिस्टेंट पेशेंट आते होंगे इस राज क्या रिसर्च करनी है और वो बोलता होगा कि तुम बातें कम चोदो और पानी उबालो.
FRC.
हल्दी मिला देना.
Yes, I added it.
यार देखो तुम जैसी ऑडियंस हो ना, मैं ताली पे तो गिव अप ही कर चुका हूँ. बहुत बुरा लगता है जब 50 में से 3 ताली बजाते हैं और वो भी रुक जाते हैं कि भैंसो हम चूती हैं यार. रहने ही दो ताली. ठीक है, कोई अगर कोई इनिशिएट कर रहा है तो सब ना एकदम एक्टिव हो जाना कि भैंसो बजा देते हैं फटाफट. ठीक है, आप लोग सीख रहे हो ना थोड़ा थोड़ा कैसे. भाई को रेस्पेक्ट ही नहीं मिली भाई. बहुत ज्यादा टफ हो गया था. जोन में चल रही थी. जैसे आपको पता है कीमोथेरेपी के टाइम बाल झड़ जाते हैं और मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज हो जाते हैं. तो थेरेपिस्ट असाइन हुई और डॉक्टर बोला कि एक थेरेपिस्ट आएंगी और इनसे बात करेगी और मम्मी बोलती नहीं गे है. हर जगह थोड़ी बोलना होता है. मम्मी उस चक्कर में अपनी कोई दोस्त ही ले आई. मंदिर से अपनी दोस्त ले आई थेरेपिस्ट के नाम पे और वो कुछ भी बोल रही कि भाई ने 1 घंटा इश्यूज बताया. कह रही कोई नहीं, हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ो सब ठीक हो जाएगा. ये थेरेपी थोड़ी है. मम्मी बहुत अलग जोन में थी. मुझसे आके अजीब बातें कर रही है कि देख भगवान तो एग्जिस्ट करते ही है मधुर. मैंने बोला क्यों? कह रही मैं हमेशा बोलती थी मेरे दोनों बेटों के बाल छोटे रहे, एक के तो हो गए.
Let's go working. Electronics item यस्तो गर्नु पर्यो नि त नि देखाउनु पर्यो नि त. माइकले यस्तो आवाज के पिकअप भइरहेको. What? I need to watch stream. Eh? Hello. बल्ल राम्रो भएर अडियो म्याम पाका तोरीहरू आएन स्ट्रिममा आम गन भन्छ नि के बिग्रियो नि भन्दैन हरामीहरू एक काम गरेन कोडले आई गिभ अप फकिङ गिभ अप आई गिभ अप दिउँसो पनि मैले 2 घन्टा वेस्ट गरे हो अहिले पनि नाटक गरिरहेछ क्यानट डु दिस जिजी स्ट्रिम म बन्द गरिदिन्छु ओके कोडलाई चाहिँ यता निकालौँ है यताको सट्टा यता हेर्ने यस्तो हिरो आउँछ यार सिरियल आउटपुट आउने ठाउँमा यस्तो आउँछ भने के आएको कि सिरियल आउटपुटमा द फक I give up. I give up. GG. Good night. No